All right, team, welcome back to another episode on the Weight Loss Woman 40 Plus podcast with Josh. So, today we are talking about just because something works doesn't mean you should try it. So, I get the opportunity to speak to uh, 20, 30 plus new ladies every single week, people inquiring about the program. So, I can jump on Zoom, have a talk to them, and really understand what their challenges are, what they've tried in the past, why they're not seeing success. So I get a lot of data, So we're talking thousands and thousands of people per year, between 1 to 2,000 ladies per year. So we get a good insight into behind the curtains of many people's lives. Now, here's the funny thing: most people, your friends, people you talk to about weight loss, they're only gonna tell you something something that works for them. They're only going to tell you the good stuff. They're not going to tell you the bad stuff. Most people like to present very well in public. So to their friends, to their family, to the public on Instagram, they like to give the positive stuff. Most people don't like to talk about their challenges, where they're struggling, what they've tried. So I literally just got off a call with a lady, and she did a supplement program. So they have a coach, they give you supplements, they make sure that you do the supplements, and it's virtually a supplement program. There's a couple out there, won't name names, and most of them aren't too bad, I guess, but it depends what you define as good. So this lady, she's like, look, I did it 3 years ago, lost 10, 15 kilograms, and then she stacked all the weight back on. So essentially, it worked temporarily. Now, just because something works doesn't mean you should do it. There are many, many, many ways to lose weight. You can lose weight by cutting out sugar. You can lose weight by cutting out carbs. You can lose weight from fasting, doing supplement programs. You can lose weight. Like, there's so many ways. Go to a gym, Pilates, yoga, CrossFit. Like, there are so many ways. No gym, go walking, go jogging. Crazy amount of ways that you can lose weight. But there aren't many ways to keep weight off. So you see these people cycle through programs and diets, fads, all this bullshit, and they lose some weight. Some people lose all their weight and they eventually put the weight back on. The biggest problem is that people don't know how to maintain weight. So what I tell our ladies, I'm like, yes, there are many, many ways to lose weight, but there's only a couple of ways to maintain weight. And really, if we're going to get into the brass tacks of it, the only way you're going to be able to maintain your weight is if it fits your lifestyle. That is it. It's something that you can do on a daily basis. You can do it for months. You can do it for years. It becomes part of the fabric of who you are and what you do. Now, can you take supplements for the next 5 years? Most people, no, they can't. You cannot take supplements for the next 5 years. Like, nor would you want to. You're like, all right, I don't have a normal breakfast. I have a shake, and I take all these cleansers and boosting supplements and energy supplements. And most people can't live a life just taking supplements. Can you cut sugar out for the next 5 years? Fuck, it'd be very, very difficult. What about carbs? Could you cut carbs out for the next 5 years? Go keto? Probably not. Could you do fasting for the next 5 years? Maybe you could, but if you're a woman over the age of 40, fasting is going to destroy your metabolism, so probably not a good idea. So you can see that there's many ways people lose weight in the short term. There's not many ways people maintain their weight in the long term. So they've lost the weight successfully. The only way that I have seen it done for our clients is literally getting them to a point where we've taught them skills, we've given them knowledge around food, and now they can make good decisions around the food that they eat. So it's the food they buy from the supermarket, they cook it for their family. It's the food they have when they go out for dinner. It's the food choices they have when they go out on holiday. You're not taking your supplements with you on holiday and doing this fucking dumbass program. Not a good idea to do. But it just depends. It depends what you want. Do you want short-term results that eventually the weight comes back on? Or do you want results in the short term and then you want to learn the skills and get the knowledge of how to keep the weight off long term? Me personally, I like the latter option. I like teaching our ladies the skills and giving them the knowledge to keep their weight off. Yes, there's many tricks that you can do and coaches do and trainers do to have short-term progress, but it comes at a cost. More than likely, it is unsustainable. Now, what do I mean by unsustainable? I mean that it is something that has a lot of resistance to your normal everyday life. So, for example, I have carbohydrates in every single meal. I have them at breakfast, I have them at lunch, and I have them at dinner. I even have and eat fruit as my snacks. So I have a little bit of carbohydrates in my snacks. So if you ask me to go and remove all my carbohydrates, I would find that very difficult because my current lifestyle, I have 100% of my meals with carbs in them. So I'd find it very difficult. Yes, it could be something that I do, but how much bandwidth do I now have to put into this new food routine, this new lifestyle? I would now have to change all the decisions that I make around food. I'd have to go from eating pastas and breads and cereals, uh, every other fucking carbohydrate under the sun, fruit, stuff like this. I'd now have to remove them. I'd have to learn new recipes, new ways of cooking. I'd have to be hyper aware of all the food that I eat. So I'd have to really be looking out for carbs. Are they in there? Are they not in there? It would just be a real big fucking headache for me. It just would not be something I'd be able to stick to for the long term because my life is centered around carbohydrates in every single meal. And you might be exactly the same. You might have been asked to remove the carbohydrates, or maybe you've wanted to try it out. Maybe you've like heard that keto's good and carbs are the devil. But if carbs are the devil, why have nearly 2,000 of our clients lost weight from eating carbs? Women over the age of 40 that thought they couldn't lose weight, but now they have lost their weight. That doesn't make sense to me. So I've obviously got thousands of clients as case studies to prove that you can eat carbs and lose weight. So it can't be, in my personal opinion, you can't just follow something just because someone else has done it. Just because someone else had success with it, maybe the plan that they're following does fit their lifestyle. And maybe it fits their lifestyle extremely well and they've been able to maintain it for years. Just because it's good for them doesn't mean it's going to be good for you, and you might struggle. So when we're putting a plan into action for our clients, it isn't just follow the process that we make. It's a collaborative solution. It's really understanding the client, because if it doesn't fit their lifestyle, and we've got a single mum who's got 3 kids, she works full time, she's got soccer practice for the kids, she's got dancing practice for the girls, and she's got sleepovers, and she's got to do school drop off and school pickup. Like, I don't think she's going to have time to do 12 hours of meal prep on a weekend. Like, she's going to be catching up on the chores, going to be catching up on all the shit she couldn't do during the week because she's so fucking flat out. And she doesn't want to go to bed at midnight, catching up on chores when the kids go to bed. So maybe this shit gets pushed to the weekend. Now, if you're asking that woman to now find all, 10 plus hours a week for meal prep and things that just aren't conducive to her lifestyle, do you think she might struggle with that? Yeah, fucking know she's going to struggle with that, because now you're asking her to fundamentally change her lifestyle. So weight loss isn't just about the effectiveness on the plan. It's how well it fits into your everyday life. Again, I use the example over and over and over again, but I like to drum home this point. A lot of humans just need things that work for their lifestyle. So for example, if you're with a partner that you absolutely hate, you will eventually break up. If you're in a job that causes you crazy amounts of stress and you do not like going there, you're eventually going to leave work. Why would weight loss be any different? You're doing a plan that doesn't fit your lifestyle. It's really arduous. It's difficult to do. It's hard to stick to. It's too restrictive. You're not going to see that through. Everything in life tells us that you're not going to. So to think that you can do it, or here's the worst thought, just come to mind. People think that if I just do this for a couple of months, I just lose the weight, then I'm home. I've hit the goal. But what they don't realize, or maybe you do realize, you've done this in the past, you do it for a couple of months, you lose some weight, maybe you hit the goal, maybe you get close, you're like, great, now I've hit my target, I can go back to my normal lifestyle. When in fact, it was the normal lifestyle that you had that created the fucking problem in the first place. The skills and the knowledge that you had created the body that you don't want. You're like, okay, my current skill set, my current knowledge, my current lifestyle has made me into the person that needs to lose 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 kilograms and not like what I see in the mirror. So to think that if you're just going to put that on pause, go to this restrictive diet for 3 months, lose all the weight, and then unpause your lifestyle and expect the weight to stay off, you're going to find the weight come back on. Probably preach into the converted right now. Probably understand that has happened to you. So that means we need to take the current lifestyle, the current skills, and the current knowledge that have been causing you the problems, adjust them in such a way that it isn't too far outside the norm of what you normally do, but it is outside the norm enough to create a change, enough to get your results, but you can stick to it. So there's this real sweet spot when it comes to weight loss on finding an effective plan and finding something that matches your lifestyle. Now, the good thing about having a coach, the VIP transformation program that we do is we do the heavy lifting for you. We create the plan that fits the current lifestyle, and it's enough of a change to get really consistent results, but it's not too much of a change where it's going to cause resistance and then it's too restrictive, and now you're not going to be able to be successful in the long term. And that is the power of having a coach. If your child is struggling with maths, you're going to get them a tutor. If your child is struggling in the classroom, you're probably not going to just say, poor little soul, figure it out yourself. You're not just going to tell them to read the textbook over and over again, because the child does not have the skills or the knowledge to understand, more than likely, why they cannot understand the problem. Like, that's insane. You're like, all right, you don't understand how to do maths, so just keep reading the textbook that you don't understand. You wouldn't do that. You'd get a tutor. You'd be like, okay, we need to get some outside help. We need someone who's going to help you with your skills, give you more knowledge, and that way you can overcome the problem. Because that's it. At the end of the day, it is skills and it is knowledge. If you had the skills and you had the knowledge, like let's take me for example. I'm not a good singer. If I had the skills and I had the knowledge, I would be a good singer. So A plus B equals C. So therefore, if I'm not a good singer, I don't have the skills and I don't have the knowledge to be a good singer. If I wanted to be a good singer, I would need outside help. I'd need a coach. I'd need a specialist, someone who's good with singing or vocal, whatever, a vocal teacher, singing coach, whatever you want to call it. I would need some outside help. I do not have the capacity to fix my own problem, because if I did, it wouldn't be a problem. I would be a good singer, but I'm not. And a lot of people are trying to bypass this fact with their weight loss, like, I'm just going to figure it out. Unless you have actually been educated in this, as in like you've done personal training courses, auxiliary courses, nutrition, perimenopause, menopause, unless you have done all and got the skills and got the knowledge externally, you're probably not going to figure it out yourself. And that's fine, because where in the world do we just figure it out by ourselves? We don't. The probably only time that we try to figure it out by ourselves might be parenting, when you have your first child. But even then, you're reading books, you're getting help, you've got external help like other friends and family, siblings, parents, grandparents. We've got 1,000,001 places to kind of get some help. But weight loss tends to be this thing because it's our own body. We try to figure it out by ourselves, which makes no fucking sense, because doctors go to uni for 5 to 10 years to figure out how to operate the human body that we're born with. So if doctors have to put in that amount of effort, what hope do we have of figuring this out by ourselves? Little to none. Now, I'm no doctor. I don't do that shit. I don't work with what doctors do. I help people lose weight. That's a very different subset of knowledge around the body. Most doctors don't know how to help you lose weight, because if you go to the doctor and they say you should be on Sure Slim or weight loss shakes, or you should try fasting, or you should just eat healthier, then you're probably going to the wrong person. If I needed to get my car fixed, I'm not going to go see a bike mechanic. I'm going to see a car mechanic. Very simple. So if you're sick of doing the unsuccessful actions, you're sick of doing plans that don't really fit your lifestyle, maybe it's time for a change. Possibly time for some outside help. If you're looking for our kind of help, you've been listening to the podcast, you hear what we do. I don't give you what I think is going to work. I don't give you what maybe is a solution. I'm telling you the exact solutions that we put in place for our clients. Almost 2,000 transformations. You've seen the pictures, you've seen the interviews I've done with the ladies, you've heard how they love their coach. It's just works. It just works. It's simple. It works. And it's the only way that we're going to get across the finish line is if you have a coach who understands what you need to do to be successful. Or you could just go do another fucking weight loss shake. Who knows? If that's your thing, cool. By all means, go crazy. But if you're looking for some extra help, jump online, hit us up on Instagram, Josh Humphries. click on the ads that we have. They're going around. Hit them, view the ad, hit learn more, talk to the team, book in a call. We'll have a chat. If we believe we can help you, we'll book in a call. If we don't think we can help you, we will let you know and we'll refer you on to the next person that you might need some help from. It's not a complicated process. If you're super keen, hit the website up, www.blissbodyu.com.au, fill out an application form, it'll come to us. And again, we'll have a read of it, we'll see if we can help, we'll reach out, make some contact, go from there. If you like this kind of content, leave us a review, share it with a friend. Nice and easy. All right, team, keep kicking your goals, make some good decisions, and I'll catch you in the next one.